NBC 10 News Pinpoint Weather Super 7-Day Forecast.
Our forecast turned around just in time. I was getting a little nervous yesterday. A lot of us probably were, right? It was kind of cool, it was cloudy, and now things are beginning to change. And you can see it behind me. We're just getting so much more sun. This morning, we're starting off cool, we're starting off clear, and then we're going to see a beautiful warm up by the afternoon. We're going to stay warm throughout the entire weekend. The one thing you might notice, and the one reason that you might want to consider bringing a sweater, that we could be breezy for the afternoon. But let's start off with the current conditions. Right now, we are feeling cold in some spots. Thankfully, this isn't going to last. Right now, San Diego's at 53 degrees. That is one of the warmer places around the county right now. Kearney Mesa at just 50. Oceanside sitting in the 40s. Same deal for El Cajon. And then if you live in Ramona, you're just a couple degrees, well, you're really just 1 degree shy of freezing. So very cold at the moment. Straight jacket weather right now, but that starts to change once we get towards 9 a.m. That's what most of us are going to reach, right in the mid-50s, going to reach pretty close to 60 degrees in the coastline as well. And then look a little further to the early afternoon. That's where the real changes come in, and that's when things get really nice. San Diego, high of 69 degrees. Just going to be a beautiful day with lots of mid to upper 60s on the coast. Then for our inland neighborhoods, take a place like Escondido. You're going to be as much as 10 degrees warmer than they ended up yesterday. Poway reaching up to 74. El Cajon reaching up to 75 today. Into the mountains, expect highs in the low 60s. Deserts also noticing a temperature bump reaching into the low 80s. Now the one thing is that breeze is going to last from about noon to 7 p.m. Breeziest part of the afternoon. I paused it right here around 4 p.m. That's when we're going to see wind gusts that are going to be pretty widespread. They shouldn't get any faster than about 25 miles per hour, but you will feel the breeze, and because it's a cool breeze coming off the water, that could offset that temperature bump by just a little bit. And then things are going to change. Now, to understand what happens next, you need to see this area of low pressure leaving us behind, and we're left with, relatively speaking, higher pressure in its place. Now, that does a couple things. For one, it's going to open the door for warmer temperatures. More pressure means you're kind of trapped in the heat, so you have a little more sinking air that gets warmer on the way down. And then it's also going to keep the marine layer on the coast for tomorrow and for Monday. Now, in San Diego's 7-day forecast, it's really hard to complain. Things are going to be nice for the next 7 days straight. Notice that high of 69 for today turns to a high of 70 for tomorrow. And for your Easter Sunday, when you track hour by hour, it's really going to be a beautiful day. Now, don't be fooled by the morning, because Easter might start off a little bit cloudy near you, especially if you're on the coast. You might wake up in the low to mid-50s. You might see clouds. You might see some patchy fog in the mix, and the temperature jumps in between 7 a.m. to noon. So by that time, you end up getting right near 70 degrees. You stay there. You're sunny. You're a little bit breezy all the way through to 4 p.m. And as the temperatures cruise down for the night, we're going to want a little more cloud coverage set in. So your Easter's good. Bit of a cloudy start for Monday. Earth Day on Tuesday, and our temperature falls by a couple degrees for the second half of next week. All that same stuff is happening for our inland neighborhoods. 73 today, high of 74 tomorrow. Their cool down is going to bring them from the 70s over the weekend to the mid to upper 60s for the second half of next week. And notice, you have some cloudy starts inland starting up Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. That happens when the marine layer gets a little deeper. That's when the marine layer spreads out a little bit. It might not be quite as dense as fog goes, but it could bring some clouds to our inland neighborhoods, stretching past our coast. Into the mountains, you're warmer for the weekend. High of 61 today. Another temperature bump up to near 70 for Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. They cool off pretty quick for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. And the same goes for the desert. 82 today turns to 92 by Tuesday, back down into the 80s. So overall, this is a calm forecast, but the one thing is definitely true around the county, that you should get outside, because this Easter weekend, it's looking pretty good.